Hello everyone, good evening. Happy Wednesday. It is the middle of the week. You all just finished watching a new crafter on our Crafty Creators Community event this evening. Miss Rosalia, such a pretty name. She just signed off, so I should be having y'all join me in just a moment. I'm so excited to be on YouTube consecutive weeks in a row. I love it. I love it. I love being part of this group.
Here.
Thank you.
I already opened it.
Has my cold water now. Thank you. How is everyone? Welcome in. Yikes, it's very full. Very full. My goodness. I made a mess. Okay. Let's see if I can get through this live with less than 1,000 sniffles. My allergies are acting crazy, y'all. Hey, Tami. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so jealous I'm not going to be in Texas. I wish I could come out. Is the Texas event... Hey, Phyllis. Hey. Is the Texas event a craft around the clock thing? Oh, hi, Leah. Hi. So you're Elstro. Okay. I was wondering. I see. Okay. I'm wondering. Is she really? Oh. Is that a Tami, is that, I don't know if you can, I think you can hear me because that's kind of a response. Is that a, it is a CRTC, but you don't have to be a hostess to come. So, is crafty-peep Tami, or is that Bethwin I'm speaking to? I'm curious. Because you never know. I know Kristy's coming. That's why I want to go. I want to see you two. I'm having FOMO. So I'm thinking it's Tami, not Bethwin. Am I wrong? It's Tami. Woo-hoo! Okay. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and jump in on tonight's craft. So I am with the Crafty Creators Community event this evening, and our theme is Spring Thrift Flip. So that's a mouthful if you say it really fast. You have to be careful. So I found this at Goodwill for $1.99. And I need to make my YouTube screen a little bit smaller so I can see what I'm showing you guys, and I can see the comments on my big TV. So this was $1.99. Let me lift it up a little bit higher there. And the price was on the picture, but this had staples in it to hold it in. And I couldn't get it out, even with bending the staples upward. They were very strong staples, and I couldn't bend it up enough to get this out. And then I discovered what I'm replacing it with fits in there really snugly. So I didn't need the staples. So I took all the staples out, and you can see this frame is, it's been stained and it's beat up a little bit, but we're gonna give it a new look, and I'm going to remove the original painting. which in and of itself is cute, right? You can see the edge of the house line here. You can see that they tried to work in making a shadow from the wall here, which is good. I mean, if I went to paint something like this, I don't think it would come out this good. They have some flowers, or a bush, a flowering bush here going on, and a skyline with some hills in the background. A little white building with a red rooftop, kind of reminiscent of like Spain, maybe Portugal, perhaps even Greece. So somewhere Mediterranean-like is what I'm thinking, okay? But in a hillier area. And I'm not going to use this one. Rather, I'm going to use another one that I found. And this had 4 corners on it. It was sold just like this. This one has a little more detail. This one's a little more me. I love the balcony up here. I love doors and windows and anything that has flowers. And it really screamed spring with all the blossoms and everything on it. Still Mediterranean. It still has that Mediterranean look with the little alleyway. And it looks like maybe a little brick work going on there. This too was $1.99. So I thought for $4 I could get a signed, it's signed. I can't read what that says, but a little signed. This is like a 5x7 painting, and it's a painting, like it's got little raised areas on it. Actually, it's not like that was added. You know how some are a print and they add a little bit of paint to it to make it look like it's a real painting, but this is an actual handmade canvas where it's stretched around the sides and stapled in, and you can see even some of the paint went around to the sides. And this is like you can see all of the little strokes. I wish you could see. Like from the side, you can see some of the flowers popping out there. Everything on here is a brush stroke. So I'm pretty sure this is like an original art by someone, probably that lives in the Mediterranean. But I want to spruce up this frame that the other painting came in. And I saved one of the corners just so that I could show you that I did get it at Goodwill, and it was $1.99. And there were 4 of these around the corner. It was in the frame section. So I'm going to throw that away now. And I'm not throwing away the other picture though, because I don't know. I may play around with that a little bit and make it more me, and without messing it up. And use that one as well at some point. So I'm just going to set this aside. I thought it was very pretty. And I have Junk Monkey paint in vintage white. I've already stirred it up, as well as their Big Shiny Dreams for your furniture, 1-step metallic paint and sealer in gold color. So I'm going to put this sealer with gold over the top of the white. Okay. I've never used it before. It's very full, and I don't know what kind of effect it's going to give, but it has little tiny specks of gold in it. So I'm really curious how that's going to turn out. So I'm going to grab a brush. My brush is still a little damp because I washed it after I used it this afternoon. And we're going to give this maybe 1 or 2 coats, okay? I did kind of dust it off a little bit as best I could before we go ahead and get started. I know it's Charlene's birthday. Is she here? I already sang to her this afternoon. Hi, Charlene. She is here. Oh, boy. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. You just finished dinner and cake with candles, and he got you craft supplies and balloons, and so sweet. So sweet. She got all the things. She had dinner, birthday cake. She's celebrating it up. Yes. And you even had a nice weather day up there in Massachusetts today, just for your birthday. It's always nice when you get all the surprises and all the fun things.
Angle the camera towards you a little bit.
Or angle the camera towards me a little bit, I'm being told. There, is that better? It may take you a minute to see it. Yeah, there's a delay. There is a delay. This is going to look like a hot mess at first, but we got to trust the process, right? So I'm going to do big, long strokes so that we don't have a lot of streaking going on. And then anything we miss, we're going to come back and do on the second coat. Okay, thank you. Okay. I don't know why, guys. I don't know why it is, but I'm much more relaxed on YouTube than I am on Facebook. I don't know why. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Am I just weird? Does anyone else have that same kind of vibe going on? I just feel more comfortable on YouTube. I'm not worried about getting my hands dirty. I'm worried about messing up what I've already done. So I'm trying not to do that by getting my fingers all in everything. Okay. Next. I'm so curious how this glaze is going to turn out. Woo, it's hot in here, JJ. Where's my AC control guy? Please. I also don't have my fan on. So I need to put my little fan on to cool off my computer, because sometimes the heat from the computer can raise the temp in the room as well. Plus I've got a light on me, so all the things, guys, all the things add to the heat, the temperature going up. Okay. Making sure I'm getting the edges here. And I know it looks like a hot mess, but after I dry it and give it that second coat, it's going to look much better. So I've got my son into thrifting, guys. He kind of did it on his own, but I kind of encouraged it too. It kind of runs in our family. It's like in our blood. My father owned his own vintage thrifting store up in Massachusetts. And, all right, let's get this dry, y'all. Get it back on the paper there. I'm going to leave my brush out for the moment. I'm always afraid I'm going to get paint on my face. My eczema is acting up really, really bad. Weather went right into summer, right? That's how it is in North Carolina. It's like winter one day and summer the next. It was like 80 degrees here today. And it was 33 degrees the other night. So, yeah. I feel you, Miss Leah. Yeah, I love YouTube too. Oh, your hubby's saying happy birthday and everything. Is it just the two of you, Charlene? And it's 73 degrees outside. Yep, we're in the same time zone. This is looking quite like the hot mess right now, but it won't. It won't. I want to make sure this first layer, you can see already it went from dark to like a brighter foreground already for our painting. This little thing is quiet and it's tiny, but it packs a heat punch. It doesn't sound like it does, but it's doing its thing. It dries rather quickly. So the thing about using a sealer too is you got to make sure when you're using a sealer that what you're painting is how you want it to be before you seal it. There's no going back and making changes once you seal it. So I want to put that out into the atmosphere for you. I mean, you could always strip it back down to the bare wood and start over again, or somehow sand off that layer of sealing. But you want to try to, this is I got it on Amazon. I don't even know if, yeah, it's called Heat It. My I almost said the hubby word, but Santa got it for me for Christmas along with this black mat here. It's a Heat It, let me see if I can get this toward you, Heat It craft tool. And it's trademarked by Manger. That's what it looks like. By Manger or Hanger maybe. I can't make out that first letter because they made it like symbolic somehow. Hey JJ, you moderating me tonight? Huh? Can you go out to Amazon and find a link for the Manger Heat It, Heatit craft tool? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think a lot of crafters are moving toward it because it's quieter. It's kind of cool. It's not that expensive either. I'll have my son pop in the link to it. I'm not an affiliate or anything, so I stand to gain nothing. I'm just sharing information. All right, let me give this a stir again because it's been sitting there. And now I'm going to go in with my second coat. Thinking about grabbing a smaller brush. Maybe I'll stick with this one, see how it does. I've already cleaned my brushes today, so I'm going to pick it up so I can get a better view, and you can see already how much more evenly this is spreading onto the first layer. You're getting a lot better coverage now, and it's not looking streaky at all. I was going to go for a smaller brush because it tends to get into all the little crevices a lot easier. Let me just pause and bring this up close. You can see the coverage that I'm getting on this. Ranger. I said Manger or Hanger. It's Ranger Heat It craft tool, 120 volt. Yeah, those work well too. Those work really well too. I don't have one of those because I never did Stampin' Up, and I never really did like foiling or anything. But it's that long. Actually, I lied. I have one that Chalkator put out, a heat tool. It's green, of course, they're green color. And it is, that one is a little quieter, but it's not as quiet as this heat tool. We are having an ice cream bar after the live, so I will be watching everyone else as I have ice cream. My Sarah is home. She came home for Easter, and she was supposed to go back to Cleveland, but she came in the room this morning and said, Mama, I'm staying another day. Yay, Mama. I always like nice little surprises like that. So I get to share another day with my baby. And so do her siblings and her niece and nephew. And her papa, of course. But she must get back because she's a dance teacher and she has class tomorrow. So they were on spring break most of this week, and that's why she came home. She didn't have classes, so all right, we are looking good. So I've got this side and this side, and then we will seal it after we dry it. And I could actually paint on this silicone mat if I wanted to, and it would clean up so easy. But I just kind of wanted something I could just ball up and toss in the garbage when I was done tonight, so, because the ice cream will be calling my name. But my daughter is vegan, so we had to order her some special ice cream that is being Instacarted our way as we speak. Yeah, mine either, Tammy. I have very little, but it's more of a social time for me to just sit and enjoy everybody. So I take a little bit and I just kind of, you may want to try some vegan ice cream, actually. I know I can eat gelato because I don't know why. I can do gelato, again, if I stay on the light side and don't take a lot. Ice cream, no matter how much I eat, it hurts my tummy. It's that whole thing that you and I had done. So our stomachs are just more sensitive. But yeah, she can't go back to regular ice cream either. She's tried. And up in Cleveland, they're very health conscious. So there's actually ice cream places there that have like vegan flavors and stuff when you go in. So she has a place there where she gets Buckeye flavor ice cream that she loves. Got a little bit of gunk or something on this side over here. So I'm just trying to touch that up. Ice cream, there she is. There she is. Trying to get that edge. Now I'm going to go make my way around here and make sure I'm getting all the edges. So the owners of Junk Monkey Paint were approached with contracts recently. Sonia Miller and her husband Matt. They flew out to California, or drove out maybe, at one point to be interviewed. And I guess the process takes a while. And they were just recently mailed some contracts to review and decide whether or not they wanted to have a show, like HGTV, guys. That is so cool. So cool. I don't know if you know them or watch them at all. She's a thrifter, flipper, paint maker. She's also a very good painter. She sells prints. She sells originals of her own artwork. I own a print and an original, I think, of hers, so that's kind of cool. Okay. Let me go ahead and dry. And then see what we've got. So up after me is Tami with Crafty-Peep. And then, oh, hubby's on here. My phone didn't charge last night, so I had to plug it in before it went out. Oh, really, Tami? I'm reading your comment about this. I love mine too. Well, that's good to know, though. Mine's not making any noise, but you know what? If I have to send it back, I will. I've still got the old one. So I see a little spot here I want to touch up. A little spot here I want to touch up. Should I distress and then seal? What do you think, guys? The sealing is going to put some gold on it, but it'll just put the sealing and the gold over the distressing. So that might look kind of cool too. 20 years for your Stampin' Up! Heat gun. Woo woo! That's really good. I know my first Surebonder that I had was defective. And I called them and they were like, we'll send you a new one. Just throw away the old one. I was like, but I've had it for 2 years. And they were like, it's okay. Something about the model number that I had, there was a glitch or something. Hi, Kristy. Isn't that cool, Tami? So cool. I know. I'm just spinning my frame. Is Bethune okay, Tami? Really? Call them up. They might send you a new one, Kristy. They did me. And like a whole new glue gun, stand and all. I would definitely call them. You never know what the policies are of some of these companies, you know? You never know. So it doesn't hurt to call them up, but I know you're also like pressed for time often, so you may not have time to even mess with that kind of thing. Alright, so I saw a couple of spots that I just want to touch up a little bit. Just grabbing a little bit of paint. Oh, not again. You should definitely call, because like free 99, right? Ain't nothing like it. If they offer you a free glue gun, why not? We work hard. And to have something go so quickly, I mean, you saw Leah just said she's had her Stampin' Up! Dryer for over 20 years. So I mean, that's how things used to be, you know. You bought a phone for your house and you really didn't need a new one ever again. Back in the day, you know. Nowadays nobody even has phones anymore. Really cool. When I went to Pittsburgh, I went and stayed with my sister for a little bit, and she had my grandparents' phone that was in their hallway that I would always like call home and say hi to my mom and dad when I was younger. And it still had the number written in the center of it. Remember the old dial phones that you could write your name, and it was in my grandfather's handwriting, which is also very cool. So, and I still remember his number by heart. Like, so for the life of me, I can't remember my name sometimes, but for some reason, for, you know, the 413, 442, what was his? 442. So now I'm getting it confused with my father's, because his was 499-3216. So it was like 321 and then a number. It might have been 4428574. That for some reason that's ringing a bell with me. So I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Grandpa's handwriting. I remember that number. Because they ingrained it in us back then, because that was your way of communicating if you were ever lost or whatever, you know, you called home. So, but now we have cell phones, so no matter where you go, you can be tracked and traced and connect anywhere on the planet, right? And you use yours all the time, Leah. Isn't that amazing? 20 years. Right? You just say, hey, can I be an affiliate too? Right, Kristy? You should definitely call. Okay, just rinsing out my brush because I don't want that paint to settle in there for too long. And I'm gonna give this a stir before I think that's it for the paint. So I'm gonna, as I dry, I'm gonna take as much as I can off of this, what I call a stir stick, but it's just a big popsicle stick from probably Hobby Lobby. And I think I am gonna distress this just a little bit before I seal it. I'm gonna put my cover on the white paint as best I can for now. And I'm just gonna come over here and give this another stir because it tends to, the sealant with the color, the gold in it, tends to settle. Although it's doing pretty well, actually. Doing pretty well. Oh my goodness, I have 12 viewers. Woo woo. That's a lot for me, y'all. I enjoyed watching you, Leah. You have a very nice voice. It's peaceful to listen to. Tami, you need to go live when you're having a luncheon with Phyllis, so I can see Phyllis on a live. Woohoo! I want to come to Texas, Kristy. I'm getting FOMO. Isn't it more relaxed? For some reason, like, I don't even feel the pressure of time. Yes, very sweet. Very sweet. I like watching Kristy. I have reasons why I watch everybody that I watch. It's funny how, like, I was watching Loretta this afternoon and I was laughing so hard because she's so funny. And she was talking about her mom going to the emergency room and how she speaks broken English. And she had to tell her mom in Italian what the doctors were saying, and she's hard of hearing, and she kept saying, huh? What'd he say? It was funny, like, you had to be there, I guess. But I know I want to. FOMO. I like watching Kristy because I like when she gets off in her little zone and she's so into her craft that she like has these little conversations and like there's no one else there except us, but you know, she can't hear us. I know I've been to Texas before. I know. And then I like watching Tami because she like smiles like bright white into the camera, and she just has that like pick me up, you know, just get her done quick, smiley attitude. I know, I love Loretta too. And I'm from that area. I don't have, well, I mean, most people don't tell me I have an accent. If they try to say I do, they try to say New York, but I'm from Connecticut. So I'm from the Massachusetts, that tri-state area, New York, Connecticut area, but I don't think I have an accent at all. But I've lived in the South for over 25 years, so you will hear me say y'all, and every now and again I'll have a little bit of a Southern twang, just because I've picked it up along the way. Does she speak broken English? And you have to translate too? You need to go watch Loretta's live. You will laugh so hard, because you can relate to it. Like, my mom was hard of hearing too, and you can relate to it. I can't relate to the language part, but the hard of hearing part. And the doctor literally looked at Loretta and was like, is she hard of hearing, or can she understand my English? Which one? And Loretta was like, well, both. So she's kind of got the language barrier and the hard of hearing going on. But she's so cute too. She's got that little pixie haircut and that strong Boston accent, and it's like, girl, you're just cracking me up. And if you ask her where she's from, she'll say, I'll give you 3 guesses. I pak the ka and Harvard Yard. And you're like, oh, that's got to be Boston area, right? I know she did. Tami, oh my goodness. So, Leah, where is your heritage from? Rosalia, I'm thinking Latin or Spain, or, but tell us, please do. I'm so curious. I'm so nosy, actually. You were born in Maryland, went to high school in Texas, and now you live in Massachusetts. I didn't know the Maryland and Texas part. Wow, you do have a little bit of me, Tami, and Kristy. Wow, because I know Kristy's in Maryland, right? All right, so I'm going to distress this a little bit. There's a little ding right here, and I kind of want to distress down to that just a little bit, if I can, if it allows me to. It's allowing me to. So you can see there, like, not the back, but I'm referring to along the edge there where it distressed a little. That looks good. Now I'm going to grab my corners just a little bit. I like to grab the edge like this. And then I'm going to come in over here and get that bump right along the edge. You can see that little line of distressing there. I'm going to do each corner that way. I don't know why, but I like to hold it as I'm sanding. Oh, that did a nice one. We'll come in the center over here, along the back a little bit, on the top, and on that bump. Come back to the top because that didn't really do anything. There we go. Now we're getting that distressed look. I do have 3 layers, or 2 layers of paint I need to go in on here, so just taking a little elbow grease. Look at that corner a little bit. Maybe all the little areas that will touch and get marked up over the years. Make it look old, right? It's painted new, but it's old. Get a little bit of the inside distressed. Turn it this way. Get some distressing going on here. Gosh, I hope Bethlehem gets to feeling well soon. Is Bethlehem going to be in Texas? Probably not. It's a bit far for her. Good one in there. We'll go along the edge here. I'm just going to tap it off, get most of that dust off, and then I will probably grab a cloth here in a second. So that's looking pretty good, right? Kind of missed a little bit over here. Why do you paint it and then take the paint off? Right? Because we're crafters. That's what we do. I missed a corner. Did I get all the corners? I did. So that we're not making it look so even, I'm just gonna do a little more. All right, let me see if I can grab a microfiber cloth real quick. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, please. I'm still here, but I'm kind of not. I'm back. I'm coming. Ooh, this feels really, ooh, texture yucky on my hands because my hands have paint on them. And it's like raw cotton, like I can't do raw cotton. So I'm just going to wipe my hands off a little because I can't take that feeling. I'm peeping from the bottom. I had to sit down for a second. Oh, she'll be there in spirit, yes. Okay, now I'm gonna leave my paper after I tap it off in the garbage can. I'm actually gonna turn it upside down so I have a fresh side. And I'm gonna take my little neon yellow fiber cloth here and just give it a good dusting to get some of that sanding dust off. So see how it's sticking at the top up there? That's what we want. And that's much better. Wiping my hands off helped. I'm not sure how. But I think that paint that was on my hands kind of made it worse or something. All right, we're gonna do it, y'all. We're gonna seal with this yummy, what's it called again? It's called Big Shiny Dreams for your furniture. One step metallic paint and sealer in the color gold. And I know it looks really silver to you guys, but I can see the gold in it. And I have no idea, I've never used this before. Oh, there's the gold. See the gold? See the gold? So I'm thinking it's gonna maybe pop out as we dry. So I'm super excited to see how this is gonna look. And I'm gonna throw away my little stir stick there. And I don't want this to be difficult to open next time. I'm very bad about getting things down in that rim section. Put this aside. And now, you know what? I don't have a special brush for sealers, but this is a Walmart brush. And I don't think I've ever used a sealer before, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to be doing this right. Probably should read the directions, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go for it. So we're gonna put this on. And it's going to give it a clear coat, but it's also going to give it a gold shimmer, I think. We're about to find out. It still has that gray kind of muddy look. But I think that will clear up as we go. Has anyone used sealer before? Like, how are you supposed to use this stuff? Am I doing it right? I should have read. I just didn't have time. I apologize. Where's Sonia when you need her? Where's Sonia? I'm sending out Junk Monkey vibes so she can come to my live and tell me how to use this. I've probably even seen her use it. Oh my gosh, can you imagine how her paint product is going to soar if she gets that show? Oh my gosh. Like, she probably won't be able to keep up with it. She'll probably have to have like little sub dealers, you know, like affiliates out there selling her stuff for her. Gosh, guys, I don't know what this is going to look like. But it definitely has gold, and it definitely has that gray in it. And I know that sealers have to be spread evenly, so I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get that even coat without doing too much. I don't want to go overkill on it. And I don't think it's going to be shiny, because she's not a shiny kind of, I mean, she likes her bling and stuff, but typically she's a matte kind of girl. Her husband's name is Matt. So of course she's a matte kind of girl. And I'm not an affiliate for her either. I just love her product. So, okay. Let's dry it. Let's see what we get as this dries. Even if it doesn't do gold and I got too much gray or something on here, kind of bunched up in the corner over here. I'm okay with that because it's kind of giving it an older look. It's giving it like a really antique look. So let's see what we get. And then let's hope that you all can see it. Oh, that's sweet, Charlene. Italian was my first language too. Oh wait, you answered me. I missed it. Hi. Oh, hey, Carol. That's my sister. Hi. Thank you for saying hi to her. Tami, yay. I was on for a long time, but you had a blast. Yeah, you said that in our chat. Lives fly by. They certainly do. I spoke Italian before I spoke English. My father was navigator on Air Force One. No! For President Eisenhower? And you had an Italian nanny who taught you Italian when you were learning to speak? That is the coolest thing ever. That is so cool. You're my new best friend. You had so many details to your mixed media craft. Italian was your first language. So, Rosa, are you Italian? You didn't learn English until first grade. Wow. Right, Phyllis? What a great experience. Y'all probably typed this like an hour ago. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so sweet. Very cool, Charlene. You have a lot of new best friends now. So I'm trying to see. It did give it like a gold shine, not a sparkle, but a gold shine in those areas that looked gray as I was painting it. It gave a little bit of, and I can see that it's sealed. it's got like a matte seal look to it. So I'll hold it up in a minute and see if you can see. Also, JJ, will you put on my overhead light, please? Shiny Dreams, it's called. Big Shiny Dreams. Yeah, I mean, it's not really on the screen, but I want to show them this up close in a minute. So this gave it a really cool look, guys. In fact, I'm going to just touch right here a little bit. See if I can blend that in some, because it looked like I missed a spot. What? Oh, 10 minutes. Don't scare me like that, child. He said 5 minutes. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Stop the clock. I'm liking this. I almost wish I had gotten more like down in the edges, because you can really see it in there. Maybe I'll add a little bit of that shimmer down into the edges here as I continue to dry. And now I'm done. I don't like to put that overhead light on because it shows my hair thinning a lot. Which, by the way, I've been on Nutrafol, the hair loss supplement that you can take. I think that it's COVID that is causing my hair loss, and I've had some hair regrowth. So if you're ever looking into that product, it works. Wow, I wish you guys could see this in person. Hopefully when I hold it up, you'll be able to see it a little better. So I'm just malleting down my lids so that my stuff doesn't get dry. I'm shaking the camera. I apologize. I'll stop. Okay, I'm stopping now. I want this to stick to the paper. But you know what? This paper makes a really good backing. Like if you've ever had your artwork professionally framed, you can cut this and seal the back of your painting, which is a good idea to do. This is still wet over here. I kind of got a clump of that gray, and I don't want a clump, so I'm going to wipe that off just a little bit. Alright, let me see if I can hold this up to where you guys can see the gold shine on there. Let's see. I want to go this way and kind of angle it towards my light. It just kind of looks dirty. And it's not dirty. It's not a dirty look in person. It's more of a gold shine. So unfortunately, the camera is not doing it justice. Maybe towards the camera on that top one up there, you can see it a little better. But it's definitely sealed. Okay, definitely sealed nicely, so all of the paint is there to stay. And I'm going to go ahead at this point, I'm going to leave this down here. I'm going to grab my picture, and this is the top because this is where the little hanger thingy is. And this doesn't fit in like perfectly, so I am going to use my mallet to just kind of pop that into place. And it's not going anywhere. So like I said, if I wanted to, I could even unscrew this and do the whole back in this brown paper. It's like perfect. It's just like the paper they use. And let's see, hopefully I did it in the right direction. I did. So this is our top, and when I turn it around, there is our cutie spring flip with all the little flowers in there. Now I did recently place a small order with Taperology, and I have like this thing of what are these called, rub-ons, and I didn't realize when I ordered these that this was more for scrapbooking, and I saw a lot of people getting Taperology stuff, so I went to check out their website, and I saw some cute things, and I thought everything was going to be much bigger than it actually turned out to be. So let me show you what all comes in this one package here. So you have these pink flowers. You have this darker hue, which would look nice because there's some darker colors there. I could totally put a little petal or even a little butterfly. There's a little butterfly, a little 5-petal flower there. There are these things right here that would look cute down in one corner. This palette kind of goes with this a little bit. There's even a little like white butterfly there that I could use. Even the blues would go because you've got a lot of blue hues in there. I want to say you could maybe go with some of these colors, the browns and these muted oranges in here because of the rooftop colors and the sidewalk. So you might be able to use some of those too, even like this flower right here. You could definitely use some of these. All of those colors are in there. And I thought it had a page of just greenery, but I think I'm wrong. So you could do this Lily of the Valley one on there. That might be a bit much and it's not really to scale. So I probably wouldn't, but this, something like this in one of the corners, because it's really tiny, might look cute on the frame. I haven't experimented with these yet, and I don't want to like mess this up just yet. So I'm gonna experiment first, and then let me look at the time, and then I'll add some maybe at a later time, even just a little leafy thing like that right there with a little berry or something that's down at the bottom, just kind of etched onto a corner or on one side, just something to give it a little more of, I mean, I like for things to be focused on the painting, but if you wanted to give it a little something more, you could. Some other things that I got from the Taperology place, and this is what makes me think that it's more for scrapbooking, these little stamps. And then these are real tiny. Like I don't know what to do with these. I literally don't know what to do with these. So I'm gonna have to Google it and watch some videos or something. But they're little, I mean, they're beautiful. They're like little tiles. But I honestly don't know what to do with them. And there's 2 of each. Like there's different patterns, and then they kind of graduate and get a little bigger. So I think these are rub-offs too, but I could be wrong until you get to the last set, and then it's just one that's bigger than the little tiny square ones. So they're pretty, but I don't know what to do with them. But I have them because I'm a crafter. So there's that. And then, so we have 3 minutes to Tami. Then, there's a piece of my mail for all to see. There are, so here's the micro, I guess they're for cards. Or what does that say? Mo card. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but was there something else? I'm trying to remember. I did get like some of this cloth. Journaling. Okay. Thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Charlene. Much better on the iPad. Does it look like shimmer? Okay, glad. I'm glad you guys were able to see that. Okay. So this fabric can be purchased through them. And I got a little bit of this. And they show like you sticking these stamps and different things onto here. So yeah, it's probably for junk journaling or scrapbooking or whatever. But I like this fabric because it has this little like fuzzy end on it. So I grabbed a little bit of that and I'll play around with it. I'll see. Maybe I'll do a journaling page one day. We shall see. As for now, I am going to see you on the next live, which is Tami with Crafty-Peep. She's pinned in the comments. Her link is also in the description. I thank you for joining me. God bless you all. And I will see you on the next live. I don't think I'm live for the rest of this week. So I will probably see you sometime next week, unless I just decide one day to jump on and say hey to everybody. But Tami's probably hitting the go live button right now. Thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate you all. And hit the thumbs up on your way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. It's 8 o'clock. Go watch Tami. I'll see you there. Bye.